There exists a principle within the universe so profound and transformative that if you truly understood it, it could change the course of your life forever. We're not talking about luck or innate talent or even hard work. In the traditional sense, we're talking about something more fundamental, something that's always been there, waiting to be discovered. Many people seem to achieve everything they set their minds to, while others who are equally capable remain trapped in cycles of frustration. The cause is not in the outside world. It's not to be found in circumstances, resources, or opportunities. The cause is none other than the way in which we interact with the very fabric of reality. What you are about to discover is a method, a path that will allow you to manifest your deepest desires. But I must warn you, this knowledge requires an open mind. It requires that you be willing to question everything you thought you knew about how the world works. Let's start from the idea that reality is not something fixed and unchanging, but a field of infinite possibilities that responds to your perception, your thoughts, and above all, your emotions. Imagine that in a way you are like an energetic magnet, attracting experiences that match your vibrational frequency. This is not a new concept. The world's oldest spiritual traditions have taught this for millennia. What is new is how modern science is beginning to understand the mechanisms behind this phenomenon. Quantum physics, neuroscience, and transpersonal psychology are converging towards a revolutionary understanding of our relationship with the universe. Today, I am here to share with you a practical process, a method that you can begin to apply today to transform any area of your life. It is not about vague visualizations and repetitive affirmations. It is about a more holistic approach. Prepare yourself for a journey to the center of your own potential. Unlimited potential that has always been there, waiting to be activated. Stop for a moment and observe your surroundings. Everything you see, touch, and experience seems solid, permanently and independent of you. This is the consensus reality that we have been taught to accept as true and unchanging. But this perception is barely scratching the surface of something much deeper and fascinating. Contemporary science shows us that at the quantum level, matter is mostly empty space. The atoms that make up everything around us are mostly emptiness. And most extraordinary of all, subatomic particles behave differently when they are observed. The very act of observation seems to influence the behavior of reality at its most fundamental level. In the 90s, the Mexican scientist Jacobo Grinberg conducted revolutionary research on the nature of consciousness and perception. His studies suggested that what we experience as reality is in a perceptual construct, a coherent field that he called the matrix, where the mind and the outside world are not separated. What this means for you, it means that your perception is not passive. You are not simply a receiver of information from the outside world. You are an active participant in the creation of your experience, your thoughts, beliefs, and above all, your emotions are constantly interacting with an energy field that permeates the entire universe. This field responds to, you resonates with your internal state and sends back experiences that match your vibrational frequency. It's not magic. It's simply the nature of how the universe works, at a level that transcends our ordinary senses. Think of it as an immense ocean of possibility. Every thought, every emotion you experience is like a stone thrown into that ocean, creating ripples that spread out and eventually return to you. The quality of those ripples, their frequency, their intensity, determines what kind of experiences you attract into your life. Most people live unaware of this process. They send out conflicting signals to the universe, desiring one thing but feeling and believing another. They focus on what they don't want instead of what they wish to create. And then they wonder why life seems to conspire against them. Luckily, you're not like most people. This knowledge puts you in a position of power. When you understand that you are a co-creator of your reality, that you have influence over what you experience, you begin to take responsibility for your life in a profoundly liberating way. We are not talking about control. control comes from fear of the need to manipulate external circumstances. We are talking about something more subtle and powerful. Alignment with the natural laws of the universe, with the flow of life itself. This understanding of the nature of reality is not merely theoretical. It is the foundation upon which we will build a practical method for manifesting your deepest desires. Because when you understand how the universe really works, you stop fighting against the current and begin to ride with it in order to transform your life and manifest what you truly desire. You need to understand and apply 3 fundamental pillars that support the entire process of conscious creation. These pillars are not concepts abstract, but living forces that, when properly aligned, generate unstoppable power. The first pillar is clear intention. Most people live without precise direction, with vague and contradictory desires. I want to be happy. I want to be successful. I want financial freedom. These are not goals. They are general emotional states that lack the precision necessary to direct the creative energy of the universe. A clear intention has details, specificity, and purpose. It is not simply desiring something. It is defining precisely what you want to create and why the intention acts as a beacon that guides all your energies towards a focal point. Without this clarity, your energy is dispersed in one direction, diluting your manifesting power. Why most fail in this first step? Because they are afraid to choose. Each choice involves giving up infinite alternative possibilities. There is a subconscious fear of being wrong, committing to a direction, and discovering later that it was not what they truly desired. But without choice, without commitment, there is no creation to create a powerful intention. Ask yourself what I desire to truly experience. How specifically will I know that I have achieved it? The answers must resonate deeply with you. They must ignite you from within. The second pillar is emotional alignment, perhaps the most crucial and the least understood. You can have the clearest intention in the world, but if your dominant emotions are not in harmony with it, you will be sending contradictory signals out into the universal field. Emotions are the language of the soul, the vibrational frequency that communicates to the universe what it truly believes is possible. You do not attract what you desire. You attract what feels real within you. This is a secret that few understand. The universe does not respond to your surface thoughts, but to your predominant emotional state. The gap between desire and belief is what keeps so many people stuck in repetitive patterns. Consciously desire abundance, but emotionally feel unworthy or fearful. Consciously yearn a fulfilling relationship, but emotionally carry the wound of abandonment or rejection. To align your emotions with your intentions, you must work from the inside out. It's not about faking or forcing positive emotions. It's about genuinely cultivating heightened emotional states, of finding aspects of your present experience that spark gratitude, appreciation, enthusiasm. Even before your desire is fully manifested, the third pillar is inspired action. This is where many manifestation systems get left behind, promoting a kind of spiritual passivity. You, not for you. Action is the catalyst that transforms potential energy into tangible reality. But not just any action will do. There is a fundamental difference between forced action that arises from fear, anxiety, or desperate need, and inspired action that flows naturally from a state of internal alignment. Inspired action doesn't feel like hard work. It feels as if you're following an invisible current, as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. Synchronicities increase, unexpected opportunities appear, and you experience a sense of momentum and ease even when you're facing challenges. The key to maintaining consistency without falling into despair is to act from being, not from lack. When you act from the inner conviction that you are already the person who can achieve your goal, your actions carry a different charge. You are not trying to achieve something to complete yourself. You are expressing who you know you already are. These 3 pillars form the sacred triangle of conscious action. When all 3 are present and aligned, a powerful resonance is created that begins to transform your reality from the inside out, attracting experiences, people, and circumstances that reflect your heightened internal state. In fact, that will be what I will ask you to discuss today, because that is what I want you to. That sticks in your mind. Intention, alignment, action. That is the basis of manifestation. Everything becomes much simpler when you start from the right place, no matter what you want to manifest. Make sure you meet these 3 requirements on the path to conscious manifestation. Obstacles inevitably appear that may seem impossible to overcome. These are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth points, where he invites you to deepen your understanding and strengthen your practice. The first big obstacle is limiting beliefs. Those inner voices that constantly whisper doubts. This won't work for me. People like me don't achieve these things. It's too late. I don't have what it takes. These beliefs are not absolute truths. They are mental programming acquired throughout your life, mainly during childhood. The insidious thing about limiting beliefs is that they operate mainly on a subconscious level. You may not be aware of them, but they silently direct your decisions. Interpretations and emotional responses are like invisible filters through which you perceive reality, distorting everything you see to confirm what you already believe, to identify them. Pay attention to your automatic reactions to the possibility of achieving what you want. You feel a contraction in your chest, a sensation of heaviness, an immediate thought that dismisses the possibility. These are clues of limiting beliefs in action. Don't fight them or deny them. Simply observe them with compassion. The simple act of bringing them to awareness begins to diminish their power. The second significant obstacle is the impact of the social environment. We are constantly immersed in collective energetic fields that influence our ability to manifest. Family, friends, co-workers, even the media. You consume all set parameters of what is realistic or possible. When you begin to expand your vision beyond these agreed-upon parameters, you may encounter resistance. People close to you, even with good intentions, may project their own fears and limitations onto you. I just want you to be realistic. I don't want you to be disappointed. Life isn't like this. These familiar phrases are anchors, trying to keep you grounded in shared reality, in the known and predictable. Consciously creating your life doesn't necessarily mean distancing yourself from those you love, but it does require setting healthy energetic boundaries. It means discerning which voices you listen to, which opinions you internalize, and how you protect your nascent vision from the influence of vibrational fields that are not aligned with what you are creating. The third obstacle is impatience. This internal demand for immediate results can sabotage the entire process. We live in a culture of the instant, conditioned to expect immediate gratification, but the fulfillment of our desires operates according to different, often more organic and subtle rhythms. Impatience generates a state of lack and anxiety that sends conflicting signals out into the universal field. When you're constantly checking it's here already and why it's not working, you're communicating to the universe that you don't trust the process, that you doubt its efficacy. This self-doubt creates interference in your manifestation. Finally, there is a surprisingly common obstacle, the fear of one's own power. Many people instinctively recoil from it. When they begin to experience their true creative power, there is something deeply challenging about accepting that you are responsible for your reality, that you have the power to transform it. This fear can manifest as self-sabotage when you're close to achieving your goals, as a sudden loss of interest or energy, or even as the rationalization of, why didn't you really want what you were manifesting? It's the ego protecting itself from expansion by clinging to the known. Even if the known causes suffering, now that you understand the fundamental principles and common obstacles, it's time to dive into the practical method that will transform this knowledge into tangible results. This method unfolds in 3 interconnected phases that, when practiced consistently, creates a powerful manifesting force. The first phase is absolute clarity, the foundation upon which everything else is built. Begin by setting aside a quiet space where you will not be interrupted. You need to momentarily remove yourself from the noise of the world in order to connect with your inner truth. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths, allowing your mind to settle. Now formulate in your mind that which you wish to create. Don't limit yourself to generalities or superficial desires. If you desire financial abundance, define exactly what that means to you. How much money, for what purpose, what it will allow you to be or experience. If you desire a relationship, how would that connection feel? What values would you share with that person? What kinds of experiences would you create together? The key in this phase is to involve all of your senses in visualization. Don't just see what you desire. Feel it, hear it, smell it, taste it. Imagine it is already happening, that you are already living that reality. If you desire a house by the sea, feel the salty breeze on your skin. Listen to the waves breaking on the shore. See how sunlight reflects on the water at sunrise as you sip your coffee on the terrace. The detail is crucial. The universe responds to precision. It's not about specifying every minutia, but about creating a complete and vivid sensory impression that serves as an energetic template for your manifestation. The more real it feels in your imagination, the more easily it will manifest in your physical reality. The second phase is emotional reprogramming, where we work directly with the vibrational field that you are emitting. Emotions are the fuel of manifestation. Neutral or apathetic thoughts have little creative power. It is intense emotions that drive transformation. To authentically generate positive emotions, you need to connect with the essence of what you desire, not just its external form. If you desire abundance, connect with the sense of security, freedom, and generosity that abundance would provide. If you long for a fulfilling relationship, connect with love, the deep connection and acceptance you seek to experience. The practice of anticipatory gratitude is especially powerful. It consists of giving thanks for what you desire as if you have already received it. This is not pretending or harming yourself. It is about aligning yourself emotionally with the reality that you are creating. When you are grateful for something, you are affirming that it already exists, that it is already part of your experience. This emotional state of wholeness and appreciation sends a powerful signal out into the universal field to maintain elevated emotional states throughout the day. Create anchors or reminders in your environment. This can be a picture, a symbolic object, a written word or phrase, or even a melody that instantly connects you to the emotion of your wish fulfilled. Each time you find your anchor during the day, take a conscious pause to reconnect with that emotional state. The third phase is the path of least effort, where we learn to work with the natural currents of the universe rather than fighting them. This begins with recognizing signs and synchronicities. The universe is always communicating with you, offering clues as to the next step to take. A synchronicity can manifest as a chance encounter with someone who has exactly the information you need, or an unexpected opportunity that aligns perfectly with your intentions. These are not responses from the universal field to your new vibrational frequency. Acting from the natural flow means following your intuition. That inner knowing that transcends common logic often manifests as a bodily sensation, a sudden clarity, or an inexplicable pulling in a certain direction. Intuition is your internal navigation system connected to the universal intelligence. When you learn to trust it, it guides you along the path of least resistance toward your goals. Trusting the process without attachment to the outcome is perhaps the most challenging and transformative aspect of this phase. Attachment arises from fear, the subconscious belief that if you don't control every detail, you won't get what you desire. But paradoxically, this compulsive control blocks the natural flow of manifestation. Trust is not passivity. It is a heightened form of participation. You continue to take inspired action, but without the burden of anxiety or despair. you understand that the universe can create even better outcomes than you had imagined through avenues you hadn't even considered. This openness to the unexpected, this willingness to co-create with universal intelligence, is what makes this method truly effective. For this method to truly transform your reality, it must be integrated into the fabric of your everyday life. It is not enough to practice it occasionally or when you feel inspired. Consistency is what generates the momentum necessary to reconfigure the energetic patterns of your life. Think each morning with a mental alignment routine. The first moments after waking are especially powerful. Because your mind is still in a receptive state between dream consciousness and full wakefulness, take advantage of these precious minutes before diving into the demands of the day. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and connect with the vision of what you are creating. Your day will unfold in perfect harmony with your highest intentions. Feel gratitude for what you already have and what is on its way. Affirm your power as a conscious creator. This morning ritual takes no more than 10 minutes, but it sets the vibrational frequency for the next few hours. Over the course of the day, practice ongoing awareness. Observe whether your thoughts, emotions, and words are aligned with what you wish to create or are unconsciously undermining your intentions. When you notice that you have become misaligned, perhaps by reacting with fear, doubting your ability, or complaining about circumstances, consciously pause. Breathe in the recalibration that you cultivated in the morning. At the end of the day, before sleeping, perform an integration and gratitude exercise. Review the events of the day, recognizing the manifestations, synchronicities, and lessons that you experienced. Give specific thanks for them, knowing that each experience, even the seemingly negative ones, is contributing to your expansion. To the manifestation of your deepest desires, you have begun a journey that has the potential to transform not only your external circumstances, but the very essence of how you experience life. The method we have explored is not simply a technique, it is a fundamental shift in your relationship with reality. Remember, conscious manifestation is not about manipulating the world to suit the whims of the ego. It is about aligning with your most authentic nature and allowing your unique gifts to blossom. It is about becoming a clear channel through which universal intelligence can express itself. The power to create the life you desire has always been within you. You have always been manifesting, although unconsciously you now have the tools to do so with intention. Clarity and grace begins where you are. You do not need perfect circumstances to begin this practice. In fact, it is precisely the challenges that offer the most fertile ground for your growth and transformation. Trust the process. Trust your innate ability to co-create with the universe, and above all else, trust that you deserve to experience the fullness, abundance, and joy that your heart yearns for. The deepest truth is that you were created to thrive, to shine, to manifest a life that reflects the magnificence that you already are. In your essence, you were not created to fight. If you got here, receive that big hug on behalf of the whole team. As always, it is a pleasure to continue counting on your company. One more day. See you soon. Stay awake.